Well, thanks for joining me here in this beautiful park in Burwood to launch the campaign of Sally Sitou, who will be Labor's candidate for the electorate of Reid. Sally's parents, who are here with us here today, fled Laos after the Vietnam War. They're of Chinese background. They fled to Australia to make a better life for their family, including Sally. Sally lives in Homebush here in the inner western suburbs of Sydney. Sally's raising a child, Max, with her husband here. She works at the University of Sydney doing doctoral research and is doing work particularly into the finance sector and how we can improve the representation of women and people from culturally and linguistically diverse communities. I was very pleased and encouraged to run for pre-selection for this seat because I know that she's the sort of representative Sally's the sort of representative that this electorate needs. Not someone who has nothing to say about climate change, not someone who won't stand up for the need for a national anti-corruption commission, not someone who won't stand up for working families. We need someone in this area who'll defend Medicare as the centrepiece of our health system, who wants cheaper childcare, who wants affordable housing, who wants creating secure jobs for this community. And I'm very pleased that Sally will be the candidate for this electorate of Reid and will return Reid to where it should be as part of Labor's heartland. Over to you, Sally.
I want to acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land on which we meet, the Wongal people, and acknowledge their elders past, present and future. I also want to thank the leader of the Australian Labor Party, Anthony Albanese. He is someone who cares. He cares about you, your family and this country. He is a leader who has ambitions for Australia, and he will build a future that we can all be proud of. I feel humbled and honoured to be the Labor candidate for Reid. And we are standing in Burwood, the busiest part of this lively and energetic, diverse electorate. And it is a great place to live, work, raise a family, start a business, and I am proud to call this place my home. I want Australia to be the best that it can be. We have the talent, the determination, the natural environment, but we are being held back by a Prime Minister and a government who are failing us. They are failing to grasp the opportunities that innovation and education can give us, failing to invest in our people. The policies and decisions by governments matter. They change lives. I know because they changed mine. My family is of Chinese heritage, but my parents were born and raised in Laos, and they fled their homeland because of the Vietnam War, and we are incredibly fortunate that Australia gave us refuge. And shortly after arriving here, my parents found factory jobs where they worked hard, really hard. With little English and no skills, they were able to find secure work with good conditions. But when we needed help, we were able to rely on our community and our government. So when my father was injured at work, it was the unions that stepped in to help him. When my mother was retrenched, we were able to get support from the government until we could get back on our feet. And I am standing here before you as the candidate for Reid because the Labor Party and the Labor movement stood by me and my family. I tell you my family's story because in some ways it's still a unique story for someone wanting to stand for federal parliament. But I hope that stories like mine become increasingly common in our parliament because it will make our country stronger. My family is indebted to the Labor Party in so many ways, but for me, the most important is the Labor Party's support for education. Education opens doors for those regardless of your background. I've worked at the University of Sydney for almost 10 years, and I saw the incredible power that can occur when you invest in education and research, and how much that contributes to our society. My parents came here with big dreams, and those dreams may end up lifting their daughter into our federal parliament. In turn, I want to dream big dreams for my son, his generation, and this electorate. I want to hand them a country that is more successful, sustainable, and just. I want to hand them a country where they can see themselves reflected in our political representatives. Thank you.